Reggae's heartbeat isn't just the bass, it's the guitar that chops the time and rewrites the groove. Tonight we're counting the 10 most influential reggae guitarists from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, the architects behind rocksteady, roots, and rub-a-dub, from the studio ghosts who invented the chop to the Wailers' lead voices that took Jamaica to the world. No repeats, just impact. If you've ever asked, why does reggae feel like this? These hands are the reason. Ready to hear the riffs that changed everything? Let's start at number 10. Open your ears to a different kind of reggae guitar. Stephen Cat Core didn't just chop on the offbeat, he colored whole worlds around it. As a founding member of Third World, he blended roots technique with R&B shimmer, soul phrasing, and even classical lines. Yes, the man also plays cello. Think of how Now That We Found Love translated a Philly soul classic into a reggae heartbeat without losing the dance floor gloss. That's Cat's polish. His leads don't yell, they glide. His rhythm parts don't just keep time, they breathe space into the groove so the bass and drums can talk. Cat made reggae more cosmopolitan without turning it vague. He proved you could respect the one drop and still flirt with jazz runs, pop changes, and stadium-sized dynamics. You can trace modern crossover reggae guitars, clean, expressive, tasteful, right back to his hands. Question, what's the first Third World moment that made you say, wait, who played that? When Bob Marley and the Wailers needed a guitar voice that rock audiences would understand and reggae purists would accept, Al Anderson walked in with melody for days. His tone on No Woman, No Cry is a masterclass in restraint. Every note sings, nothing crowds the vocal, and yet the guitar becomes a second narrator telling you where the emotion goes next. Al's gift was building bridges. His lines have blues DNA and rock phrasing, but he never abandons the Jamaican pulse. He could step forward for a lyrical break and step right back into the pocket without breaking the trance. In stadiums, that kind of clarity turns a great chorus into a communal event. Question, if you had to explain reggae guitar to a rock fan using one Al Anderson passage, which would you cue up first and why? Junior Marvin joined the Wailers in 1977 and helped shape the sleek international sound of the Exodus Kaya era. Where Al Anderson often sang on the fretboard, Junior often conversed with the rhythm section. He could highlight the skank, echo the bass line, or thread a counter melody through the keyboard bubbles. Whatever served the song, the magic, he made complexity feel effortless. Junior could layer harmonized leads without showboating, tuck funk ideas under a one drop, and leave exactly the right amount of air between phrases. That discipline helped reggae conquer radio without losing roots. Question, which late 70s Wailers track shows Junior's touch best for you? Subtle rhythm work or a melodic hook you still hum? Mikey Chung was the kind of player producers dream about. With Peter Tosh's Word, Sound, and Power Band, and later in Sly and Robbie's Compass Point Orbit, he could flip styles like switches. Rootsy one day, dub-wise and atmospheric the next, then crisp and modern for emerging dancehall sensibilities. What set Mikey apart wasn't just versatility, it was taste. He had an arranger's ear. On albums like Bush Doctor or in the Black Uhuru universe, parts that don't fight the vocal or the bass, they frame them. Sometimes the best guitar is the one you notice only when you mute it and the song collapses. Question: name a track where Mikey's part is simple on paper but essential in feel. What makes it work? Before reggae had a fixed shape, Hux Brown was in the room helping it find one. As a first-call session guitarist in the late 60s, then a pillar for Toots and the Maytals, his right hand became a metronome for early reggae rhythm. Crisp upstrokes, tight timing, zero clutter. Hooks proved that simple is a compliment when the groove is everything. His chops served singers, horn lines, and the dancers' feet. Listen to how his parts leave space for Toots's voice to roar. This is rhythm guitar as architecture. Without that scaffolding, the roof falls in. Question: what Maytals performance do you think shows off the discipline of reggae rhythm guitar rather than flash? Soul Syndicate helped define the 70s rockers feel, and Tony Chinn's rhythm patterns are the engine under that hood. The chop is there, yes, but it's the micro accents, the push-pull with the hi-hat. And the way he locks with the bass that make the rhythm roll forward like a wave. Producers built empires on that feel. Tony's parts could be bone dry and percussive or lightly chorused and floating. Mr. DJ, won't you play again for me? The sweet reggae music you make me move. But they always told the drummer and bassist exactly how to dance. If you've nodded to a rocker's groove until your neck hurt, you've thanked Tony without knowing it. The sweet reggae music around the world. Question: when you hear a classic rocker's rhythm, what tiny guitar detail tells you this isn't ska or straight roots, this is rockers? Reggae's story can't be told without the moment ska slowed down and rocksteady walked in. Lynn Tate threw that switch. On sessions like Hopeton Lewis's Take It Easy, he trimmed the frantic up-tempo impulse and made space for singers to lean into phrasing, for the bass to get melodic, for the offbeat to breathe. Lynn's attack is crisp and percussive, but his genius is conceptual. He proved the guitar could re-time Jamaica. Once the feel changed, songwriting changed, arranging changed, the entire pocket changed. Reggae stands on that floor Lynn laid down. Question: what's your go-to rock-steady cut where the guitar tells you in the first bar, we're not in ska anymore? Few guitarists have a resume as deep as Earl Chinna Smith. From the Upsetters and the Aggravators to sessions with the Wailers, Rastaman Vibration, Uprising, Chinna's right hand is a clock that never loses time. His chop can be bone dry, his doubles soft as felt, and his leads sneak in like a storyteller, lowering his voice to make you lean closer. Chinna's influence is everywhere, the authority of his skank. The meditative steadiness of his rhythms, the way he lets bass and drums own the center while he paints the edges. You study Chinna to learn pocket, patience, and purpose. Question: which Chinna Touch tune taught you the value of space in reggae guitar? With the Morwells and crucially Roots Radix, Benji Bunny engineered the lean, heavy early 80s sound that powered Gregory Isaacs, Barrington Levy, and a generation of dance hall voices. His chop is surgical, short,
Why?
dry, and perfectly placed. His muting and timing leave the bass monstrous and the drums cavernous. This is the blueprint for rub-a-dub. Strip the mix, harden the groove, let the vocal ride a discipline rather than a jam.
Why?
Benji's guitar became less a part and more a principle. Producers still chase that economy because it never ages.
If you look to shame. Why?
Question, put on a classic Radix rhythm. What exact moment makes you feel the air get thicker even though the guitarist is playing less? Before there was a rule book, Ernest Ranglin wrote one. A virtuoso with jazz vocabulary and a Jamaican heart, Ranglin arranged, accompanied, and imagined the role of guitar from ska through rocksteady into reggae. His early Studio One session work and famous association with Millie Small's My Boy Lollipop showed how the guitar could be both percussion and melody, both structure and spice. Ranglin's genius is design. He didn't just play parts, he built frameworks that singers, horns, and rhythm sections could live in. The skank, the passing chords, the sly jazz moves that keep a groove feeling fresh for 5 minutes instead of 2. Those fingerprints are his. Trace the family tree, and you keep finding Ernest at the roots. Even his later jazz reggae explorations prove the point. Jamaican rhythm can sit proudly beside bebop ideas without losing identity. That confidence, this is our sound. And it can speak any language is why he's the architect. Question, what's your favorite Ranglin moment where you hear both the scholar and the street dancer in a single phrase? If you enjoyed this episode, then go watch this video.